All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all honor and glory and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Bahashem Dabbadah, the house of David. This is Men of Valor Las Vegas camp. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, we're going to go ahead and get into this camp and get into these prophecies. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans whose father's line goes back, all right, you speckled birds as well, who look like the other heathen nations, whether you look like a so-called white man, whether you look like a so-called Chinese man, a so-called African, all right, you are the true children of Israel if your father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American, all right, and that's what we're out here for. We're out here for the elect of our nation, all right, Abarakazah, we be those men. But that's who we're out here for. That's what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has these men out on the highways and byways, preaching and teaching. All right, so you can come back into remembrance and who you are and to give heed to these end time prophecies. All right, because the world is not gonna continue as is. All right, everything that you're seeing in the news, you're hearing of famines, you're hearing of wars and rumors of wars. All right, you're hearing and you're seeing wars. All right, you're hearing how the Internet of Things, how the whole internet platform is going to be changing. All right, you're hearing about man and machine merging. All right, all this is prophecy. All this is prophecy that is ordained by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, and if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear, all right, it's in this book. All right, you need men to teach it to you. All right, starting with the Apostle Tahar on down. Apostle Tahar, Apostle Gabar, Apostle Ramla, Apostle Rakar. All right, these are the apostles of Great Millstone, all right, who have the 100% truth and the men under them. All right, the bishops, the elders, the deacons, so on and so forth. All right, this is the true doctrine, the 100% truth. All right, there's not 75%, 99%. No, it's 100% truth. All right, everything that comes out is brought through the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, there's no private interpretation. Okay, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get into these prophecies and talk about this famine of the word. All right, as you're seeing how they're transitioning with the whole internet. All right, and how they want to change this the internet platforms. Right, you have Elon Musk, who just bought Twitter for $44 billion, right? $44 billion. All right, goes to show you that, hey, what does he want to stop? False news. All right, he wants to be able to hold people accountable for the things they say as well.
By him buying out Twitter, a whole lot of information has been coming out. What's been trending is that Hunter Biden laptop, and all the shit that they finding on him. So on his laptop he has of him messing around with pictures of him and videos of him messing around with prostitutes. Videos of Joe Biden messing around, doing some unpresidential like acts, as they would say. So, as soon as this news comes out, what are they starting to do now? They're starting to deem it as false information, misinformation, and this is all leading up to secure, that to take away freedom of speech. All right, and how they're going to do that is by saying this that they need to censor this misinformation going out because it's hurting their image.
Oh, that's the devil being revealed. All right, is this not the land of America? All right, the freedom of speech, the home of the brave. All right, hey, it's that they set up a whole system for you sheeple. All right, so you can be deceived to believe that you have an option or a choice. All right, and you only have one choice with it. Salaki, you have two choices. You can comply or die. All right, and that's what the choices are coming to. You're going to comply or you're going to die. All right, and to have a death, it doesn't just have to be a physical death. All right, But if they more so entrap your body and entrap your mind, hey, that is a death. All right, that's a death within itself.
And that's in 2 Corinthians, we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So we know that them setting up Elon Musk to be this sort of hero for the people to, uncover all this dirt that the government's doing, is really a part of their grand scheme, and he's just a puppet, that is going to be used to implement this MOTP and their new world order.
Hey, you can't uncover dirt on the very people that you work for. All right. Does he not have a government contract? All right. Is he not a part? Basically of the government? All right. He has Pentagon contracts. So you think they're going to let him reveal something that's going to be against them?
They don't already want to do.
Right. This is all a means to an end. All right. And the end of this thing is so they can have the whole world in subjection in the new world order.
Make everybody bow down to an image.
God.
The image of the beast. That's the end game.
The end game. The end game is for you sheeple to be deaf, dumb, and blind continuously. All right, and to entrap your very body and entrap your very soul. All right, to really take your soul away. All right, so they can control your thoughts.
How the media controls things through propaganda. They're saying that all these, absurd, photos of Hunter Biden and all the things that are being released on Twitter now, since Elon Musk lifted up that censorship. They're calling it, as they do everything, conspiracy theories, and trying to make it deem as disinformation, as we said earlier.
No, there's no conspiracy if you have facts. There's no conspiracy if you can actually trace the sources back. All right. How's it a conspiracy if the receipts are coming out? All right, that's not a conspiracy. That would be considered hard, cold facts. Just as the cereal. All right, the paint thinner in the cereal, even though hey, it was released way back, as well as in the baby food. All right.
Right now, primarily through the Lord's prophets.
God.
Because that's how it was ordained to happen. Because he gave the eye salve, to elect men, to call out Esau on his bullshit. But let's get in.
Yeah, y'all got rocked back to sleep on it. All right, not understanding that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua reveals all his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this famine of the word. Slucky.
This is Romans 10 and 13. For whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Whoever shall call upon the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua shall be saved. All right, and you have to call on him by his true name. All right, he has many titles, but he has one name. His son has one name. All right, and the name of Yahweh is the name of the Most High, who you ignorantly call God or Jehovah or Yahushua. All right, his name is Yahweh. All right, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. If you call on their names with sincerity and truth, all right, and you're seeking them out, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua may have mercy on you.
And, the back point, you want to be a part of this stick right here.
God.
Like, be a part of the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds. All right, once again, those who look like the other nations, but their father's line goes back to a so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American.
Verse 14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
God, so how can you call on somebody that you don't know? How can you call on somebody that you don't know their names? All right, because Yahweh Bashim Yahushua once again revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. All right, you think men just woke up one day and just got out on the highways and byways and said, you know what, I'm just going to make up a name and have people call upon it. All right. And then everything that they said is starting to come to pass, has been coming to pass in increments. All right. Until now, where the prophecies are speeding up. All right. This counsel is not of men. All right. It's not ordained by men. It is ordained by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. It is men who do the work in the will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. We are the mouthpiece of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Read that again.
Romans 10:14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? I think that motherfucker RV. I thought it was the bike because
it was the bike too. It was bike on the
but this time it was just like. All right, and how? I'm gonna start over. This is Romans 10:14. How then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how shall they hear without a preacher?
So how could you hear without a preacher? Once again, that's why Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has his men on the highways and byways, all right, proclaiming and teaching his name, all right, who are making their bodies a living sacrifice, all right, who are giving up their very lives, all right, and Abaratazah, we be those men, and all the men out there that are teaching the 100% truth, all right, make it to the final end, no matter what the cost, counting the cost at all times, all right. Yeah, who's got Amos?
It's Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, said the Lord Yahweh, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
And that famine is coming. All right. You're hearing it now, how they want to do away with the instruction manual. All right, our heritage book. All right, you have people going around as it's a joke. All right, and saying, hey, we want to get rid of the Bible. We just believe there's a lot of hate speech in there, you know, and it's being used. No, it's not being used in any derogatory way. It's being used as it's instructed. All right, it's revealing who the devil is. All right, this is the basic instructions before leaving Earth. All right, and it is to reveal the devil and who the devil is. All right, and the devil is the so-called white man. All right, this is the Bible. All right, it is. There is no variation of it. Your own interpretation is bullshit. All right, Christianity is bullshit. All right, you need to be taught the right way. And it is the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, starting with Apostle Tahar on down, giving you the complete truth.
It's Amos 8:12. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and shall not find it.
They're going to wander from sea to sea, to and fro. All right, because when this word stops, when you can no longer get on the internet and be entertained, for you people out there that just watch this for entertainment, all right, want to see somebody get cut by the scriptures, all right, or see what's going to happen, all right, and not sincere about it. When shit starts to hit the fan and you are looking for that word, all right, it's not going to be there for you. But you're going to wander to and fro, sea to sea, and try to find it. All right, but Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is not going to make it manifest and let it be manifested unto you. All right, because when you yet had liberty and time to get the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and hearken unto him, you chose not. You continue to go after your own folly, in your own lust, whether it be after the bag or whether it be after, you know, these guys don't know what they're talking about. All right, this whole thing is crap. All right.
This is Isaiah 24:11. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
No, there's crying for wine in the streets. All right. First and foremost, the wine is the word. All right. This is that top shelf. All right. This is that fine aged wine. Okay. There's nothing better. All right. This is the wine that the Bible is talking about. This truth. All right. Just as a drunkard is going to go looking for wine, hey, we are drunk with the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. We are drunk in righteousness to his laws, statutes, and commandments, to his order, and to the order of things. What Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai said, seek me early, roughly paraphrasing scripture. All right. In the days of thy youth. Why? So you can have everything that you need in these perilous times to come. All right.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 20. His wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
How long will ye simple ones love simplicity? All right. How long will men have to be out here on the highways and byways preaching and proclaiming the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai? All right. And calling out to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. How long? How long will it be acceptable for you to be a fuck up? How long will Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai continue to endure your bullshit? All right. And when you see the famine of the word coming, then you know Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, hey, those doors of salvation are closed. Now he's going to start revealing even more who his chosen are, who his elect is. All right, because those perilous times are coming. Men are out on the highways and byways crying out unto you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
This is Matthew 11 and verse 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows, saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and ye have not lamented.
Well, we give you, hey, by the will and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, we've played this beautiful song. All right, there's a symphony being played. It's a beautiful symphony from border to border. All right, from east to west to south to north. There's a symphony of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai being proclaimed for his nation and his people. But you motherfuckers don't want to take the time and listen. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is going to destroy all you. All right, who don't hearken unto his word. This is not a love and peace doctrine, all right, for everybody. All right, it is a love and peace doctrine for those who are obedient unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, who have fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 4. Then shall they cry unto the Lord Yahweh, but he will not hear them. He will even hide his face from them at that time, as they have behaved themselves ill in their doings. Verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, concerning the prophets that make my people err, that bite with their teeth and cry, peace, and he that putteth not into their mouths, they even prepare war against him.
God, so you false prophets out there that aren't teaching the right thing. All right? The false prophets out there that aren't teaching the right things of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Read that first verse again.
Micah chapter 3, verse 4. Then shall they cry unto the Lord Yahweh, but he will not hear them.
Then you shall cry unto the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? Because you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry when when you can't pay your rent. You know, prices of rent went up. All right. When you can't pay your rent, when you can't feed your children, all right, when you can't put gas in your car, this is when you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are like, oh, Lord, if you could just help me. This is when you want to start calling on your false idol leader. You don't even call on your false idol regularly. All right. That's the problem with you two-third ass niggas. All right. You always wait until it's too late. You believe that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to get up off his throne for you. All right. Yahweh sent his only begotten son for you, but you cared not.
Like everybody got that friend that don't hit them up until they need something.
God.
And they don't hit them up until they need a handout. You know, everybody has that friend. You know, they don't hear from them for two, 3 years. Hey man, I'm doing real bad, man. Let me borrow $100 so I get paid on Friday. You know, you give them that $100, they ain't never gonna come back with it.
I don't see him until another 2 years.
And then he asking for more money and not even bringing up the O's.
They go straight into it. They don't even have conversation. They just go straight
They
into
be
it.
like, "What's up, bro? How you doing?" Look, man, I need wait for you to say, I mean, whatever you need.
Right. If I got it and the spirit's on you, I'm gonna give it to you. But if not, hey, keep your ass pushing. You know, but it's the same thing. All right. You have no cares in the world. You have no cares in the world right now. All you care about is getting a bag that's not even there. All right. The bag is not there. You can no longer get yourself a bag. All right. Getting a bag is exempt. All right. Hey, this you have a pocket with holes in it. All right. You have a bag with holes in it. Your wages are false. All right. These promissory notes. All right. These RFNs are dying. All right. How is it the ruble has more power than the dollar? Why? Because the fall of this system is apparent. If you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear.
Psalms 19:1. The heavens declared the glory of the power, and the firmament shone his handiwork. Day unto day utterly speech, and the night unto night showeth knowledge.
From night unto night, day unto day, the speech is uttered. It is uttered on these platforms. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has the internet. The internet was not just made, all right, for you to look up ass shaking videos, not just not just you to look up how to do DIY videos. All right, to do your schoolwork. All right, the actual internet was made for this word to go from sea to sea, border to border. All right, all around the planet. All right. So Yahweh Bashim Yahushai had men, all right, that could reach across the planet, the entire planet, without ever leaving the comfort of their home, or the city, or the highways and byways. All right, in church. All right, because brothers out on the highways and byways are in church. As you so-called Christians, all right, as you go to church to pray to your false idol. All right. Every time you see your brother out on the highway and byways, the church is being the church is there. All right. There church is in session.
Their temple is the body.
God.
And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai had it set up like this so that, you know, when his word would reach everybody for one or two reasons. You know, the first reason being that, you know, his nation, you know, is scattered abroad throughout all nations, okay? And the second reason being so that nobody could have that excuse of saying that they didn't hear it.
Oh.
All right, and then continue on that verse 3.
There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard.
There's no speech or language. Brothers are teaching in sign language. They're teaching in Cantonese. They're teaching in Arabic. They're teaching in Italian. Teaching in Spanish. All right. Cantonese, whatever. All right, it doesn't matter your language. All right, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai gives it to you any way that you need it. All right, if for your street analogy, all right, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai is the supplier. All right, he is the supplier. He's got what you need. All right, he's got what you need. And it's only certain men out here who are able to push the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, to run and to control his block. Street analogy. All right, his blocks across the whole planet. All right, it's pushing this word to his elect. All right, to first and foremost, the 144,000 elect men, and then the rest of the multitude of the 1/3, men, women, and children who believe on the testimony of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai.
Psalms 19:4. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. And them has he sent a temperance of the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber. Oh, God.
No, go ahead.
That line being that connection, that internet, that satellite, So primarily, as I talked about that, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai setting up that unicorn. All right, that line of the internet connection, allowing this speech, the word, the doctrine of GMS to get pushed out through all ends of the earth. All right, just as in Peter's vision in the book of Acts, he had that sheet, that was spread throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and that was symbolic of the nations. All right.
Look at it through time from the satellites from this unicorn. All right, and how this unicorn has evolved. All right, how this unicorn has went from what do they call it? Coaxial cable, right? And that's Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai speeding up the time. Bluetooth. All right, now the word is wireless. All right, you can get the word anywhere, anytime, anyhow. That's why the Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai will have no excuse. He will not give you an excuse to say, I didn't know.
Even if you didn't come across a GMS camp, you done heard about the Hebrew Israelites by now, whether if it was for the defamation
defamation of character.
Defamation of character, of the BHI group, which we are not associated with.
At all.
Or if it was to put us in good lighting, but we know that it ain't out there. So, or if you came across a vocab Malone,
wickedness.
One of his open forums. But everybody has heard about Hebrew Israelites, and if you haven't, then you've been hiding under a rock.
Right. Hey, to be a Hebrew Israelite is not a trend. All right, it is a birthright. All right, it is a right given by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right, he chose us. We didn't choose him. All right, we couldn't make ourselves a part of a nation if we wanted to.
Amen. All good things come to an end. And it's about time that the censorship of the big brother or the government, is going to take that liberty, that amendment of free speech away from everybody. They already started to, as YouTube platforms heightened up their censorship for hate speech, and who controls what hate speech is? The elites. Whatever affects them, because they're funding these companies to run their ads to run, whatever, whatever works that they need to be done.
It's these very, hey, this devil, all right, still continues, all right, to take away the very thing that put them in power, all right, his own citizens, all right, his own citizens, not just being a so-called citizen of the United States, but his own real citizens, all right, his own nation, all right, he's cutting off and not giving a fuck about, all right. It goes to show you how unjust this devil is. He don't care about his own men, women, and children of his nation. God.
This is Proverbs 1 and verse 23. I'm going to just finish out this chapter.
Yeah, let's go through.
Proverbs 1 and 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
God, how about Shimei Shai said he will make his words known unto you, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and you speckled birds.
He's going to be pouring out his spirit on heathen nations.
God.
To have visions, to prophesy,
So you can get it any which way.
Right, so, in the latter times, men or daughters and kids will be having dreams.
Yeah. Men and your maid servants.
Right, prophetic dreams, though.
God.
This destruction to come to Babylon, of Leviathan, where, yeah, it's in Acts.
Acts 2:17.
Verse 24, because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded.
Yahweh Shai, all right, stretched out his hand. All right, Yahweh Shai is the right hand, and no man regarded. All right, only the men of Yahweh Bashim Shai out here proclaiming and preaching and teaching and proclaiming the testimony of Yahweh Bashim Shai.
It could be like a movie visual. He was hanging off a cliff for dear life. Everybody has seen a movie that's happened. You about to fall, or it's like in scary movies. Take my good hand, but you don't want to touch that hand. You said, I'd rather fall. and Yahweh Shemel Shai gonna send it the help looking like that old dirty hand, right? Because we the dusty, rusty prophets, the broke prophets that look weird and funny, that nobody wants to deal with.
Come humble and meekness. All right. Hey, this is not Yahweh Shemel Shai said this is not our rest. So how much more would we come in? How much more would we come in? If Yahweh Bashim Shai had to suffer himself, how are we? It's like if Yahweh Shai had to suffer himself, how are we supposed to be glorified? All right.
That's why I say, probably go before destruction, because people come walking around with their noses to them as if, we don't know anything. But here it is. Yahweh Bashim Shai bless, Lord William bless us with that eyesight, and that discernment, and the spirit of truth.
Yep. And that's Yahweh Bashim Shai. Hey, that's a blessing. All right. Abaratazah, we be those men and continue in the faith.
And the ability to teach others, It says ask to teach others. That's what we learned and studied the apostles for. So we could go out here ourselves and put in that work. You got full.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last day, saith the power, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh.
So Yahweh Bashim Shai said he's going to pour out his spirit on all flesh. All right. Chiefly his men. All right. But he said all flesh. That way, once again, everybody can get it. There's no excuse. Go ahead.
And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy.
Your sons and your daughters. Nation of Israel, all right, and those not in the nation of Israel, who are of heathen nations. Go ahead.
And your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. 18. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy.
Right. Servants and handmaidens, all right, shall prophesy. Hey, what is a prophecy? To tell before things to come. All right.
Foretime.
That doesn't mean for you women to come out here and start trying to teach the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Right.
Now, that's a man's job. You know, to prophesy for a woman is to tell your dream to a man that can break it down correctly. Because you don't know what the hell it means.
That goes against that's against that whole your whole female priest and pastors, prophetess. Yeah, my eyes are burst.
This is I'm going to jump back in Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 25. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. Right? You ain't regard it, and you didn't take heed to what Yahweh Shem Yahushua was trying to tell you. All right? I'm going to grab this real quick in Amos. This is Amos 3 and 7. So surely the Lord, Yahweh, will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. All right? So Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave the spirit and the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to his prophets to bring out, the truth, the mysteries, the parables that Yahushua, opened up to them. All right? Somebody grab can grab a 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. We got 16.
2 Chronicles chapter 36, verse 15. And the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua of their fathers, sent to them by his messengers, rising up at times and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place.
Right, so Yahweh Shem Yahushua set up the prophet to be the mouthpiece, out of love, to show what he was about to do, so he could warn you to get right.
As it has always been.
Right, but look what you do. Right.
Verse 16. But they mocked the messengers of the power and despised his words.
Mark the messengers constantly. It has not changed since the days of Noah. All right.
Crazy.
God. That's that man with the sign. The end is coming. All right. And now that end is here. It's been finally manifested into its entirety.
But look through history. What happened to those people? All right. Hey, as it says in Matthew 24, the same thing that the people of in the times of Noah were doing, partying in that house of mirth, having babies, right before the flood came, up until it started raining, they didn't start tripping. All right, they didn't get scared or take heed till it was too late. Same thing now. Y'all got off this lockdown and started being more wicked than you were before.
You didn't have you saved enough money up to ball out, or you got your stimulus checks or whatever, or whatever scheme you had going.
Look how it happened. Like last year, everybody had more money in their pocket than they do now. Now things are starting to look a little bit rough, right? I think last year and the year before that, was the victuals should be so cheap. You're gonna think you in a good case. And now prices is rising. The funds ain't there no more. The government relief ain't there like it was. People are off of EDD.
Continuing
Y'all
on.
got these loans to go to. Go ahead.
And misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord Yahweh arose against his people till there was no remedy.
You've misused the prophets. All right, You've laughed, you've scoffed, you've mocked, you've shot paintballs, you've pushed, slapped, tried to fight, whatever. All right, whatever. Unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai's men. In times of old, you even killed the prophets. All right, which more so is coming. All right, because there's nothing new under the sun. All right, hey, that's why Yahweh Shem Yahushai told us to bear our cross daily. All right, and understanding what it is to put your hand to the plow, because these things are guaranteed to happen. People to come up against you, and they're not coming up against you, they're coming up against Yahweh Shem Yahushai, the spirit that is in you. Fuck, make no sense. My head's about to just fall down. Oh, fuck this. Oh, this is exactly why you niggas need to be destroyed.
The leader calls these people to air, making something look or something that's so stupid and has a perverse meaning behind it, and then you push it on you as if it's cool.
Right, listen, nigga, he's fucking holding his pants up. Nigga, tighten up the string. Right? It's fucking ridiculous.
Right?
Fucking ridiculous.
You're misusing it. Walking by when you hear the word, and your ass is already assed out. Misusing the prophet. Not listening and hearkening. Stopping and asking questions, because I know he didn't know what the hell we was doing over here. But the spirit doesn't have it. There's not a spirit in him. All right, this is all right.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord Yahweh, ye children of Israel, for the Lord Yahweh hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the power in the land.
Because there's no truth or mercy or knowledge of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, because you want to lean upon your own understanding, lean upon your own ways. All right, you think the American way and the Aleister Crowley spirit, do as thy will, all right, is prevalent and relevant to your salvation. All right, you think you can come in, you think you can come in to salvation by the back door. All right, you know what? I'm just go ahead and slip in the back. This ain't a Jay-Z album. Beyonce's not gonna be there for you. All right. All right. This is not how it goes. All right. You have to submit yourself to Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
Hey, there's only one way in. That's the straight gate.
God.
Hey, everybody want to come through that wide gate. But that ain't happening. Your ass is going to burn up or drown, as the scriptures say.
Verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood touches blood.
All that from your wickedness, all right, for being after your father, the devil. All right, for following after Esau, Edom. All right, for being in that same spirit as the serpent, for being in that same spirit as Cain. All right, for being in that same spirit as Esau, which in reincarnated is the serpent.
Yeah,
all right, is the serpent. And this is what you follow after. Go ahead.
Verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish.
Hey, I believe the land is mourning. People are mourning. All right, you got people saying, I don't know. How we gonna eat? How we gonna pay rent? What's gonna happen? All right, you got all these wars. Hey, they're low key telling you that they're gonna issue a draft. All right. Right.
They're so worried about Chris
NBA
Rock.
playoffs.
Like Chris Rock and Will Smith.
Right.
They're still worried about that
draft day.
the NFL draft, but then what's her name? Meg Thee Stallion just come out with a interview about how she got her foot shot. You know, they into that bread and circus.
Right.
All right, completely deceived.
Oh, willing to be with all the distractions.
They're worrying about how they gonna get a BMW.
Heard about the interest rates on these houses. You know, maybe I can get a house now. Maybe I can get it. I think it's the perfect time. The market's down.
You should be thinking about how you're gonna get a meal in your house. Feed your whole family in 3 months.
God.
You know.
It's coming. Hey, when your president announced that there is going to be a food crisis, famine. All right, when the famine, the supply line. All right, when you go to your fucking El Pollo Loco and they say, "I'm sorry, we're out of chicken." All right, when you go to your McDonald's and say, "Sorry, we have no more beef." But we got those 3D chicken nuggets printed right here for your ass. That'll be $70.95. Because hyperinflation's coming with it. All right? All these goods and everything, you ain't gonna have. So what comes after that? Well, chaos. All right? Chaos.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 3. Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of the heaven. Yeah, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away.
So, your beasts are going to be diseased. All right? So there goes thinking that you're going to hunt for all your food. The fishes of the sea are going to die off. All right? Because even though, this thing, even if they say it's engineered by Bill Gates or anybody else, all right, it's engineered. Nevertheless, it's the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Plus, on top of all the pestilence, all right, all the pestilence, and you wicked ass people are going to be out here trying to eat some abominable shit. You're going to be trying to eat other people. Right.
No, you're going to be in such a low case that you'll probably end up eating your own shit.
Right. You got everything.
Watch, the judgment gonna come on them for eating that abominable stuff. You know, they're gonna get sick. You know,
they're gonna get sick and yet still be alive.
Some might even themselves figure,
yeah.
I'll do one figure for this.
Hey, talk about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead and continue on that. We'll get into that in a second.
Hosea 4:4. Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. Verse 5. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mothers. Verse 6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
Right. So everything of ours, all right, everything of our nation that we held in value, all right, has been destroyed. Our ways have been destroyed following after these false idols and following the system of the serpent.
And going back to verse 4 and 5, those false prophets gonna fall with them, right?
God.
They actually said, the scripture said that those following those false leaders, they're gonna drag you into the pit with them, right? But hey, what does it say in Romans? Mark them that cause division. All right.
Hey, not only marking them that cause division, all right, you already seeing the separation through the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai of these prophets and the false prophets.
Because the people's choice is wrong, in Babylon, because they plead to the vanity. They plead to that vanity. Who got the most likes? Who got the fashion shows? Who got the the strip club Passovers.
Right,
You know, who got that lamb dinner with the fireworks?
right. And who's got the ability, to have healthcare systems and have jets and all this stuff that is of no value.
Because Israelites want to live lawless, so that's where they flee to.
God.
Because they don't want to have no responsibility. They just want to act like,
Hey, it's because, once again, it's that you believe that there's strength in numbers. All right? You believe that the strength is in numbers. Did Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right, not choose the lonely, you were the least? Matter of fact, get that in Deuteronomy. God. I think it's 4. God. Might be 6. Yeah.
Deuteronomy 7:7. The Lord did not set his love upon you nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
You were the fewest of all people. All right. So it goes to show you Yahweh Bashim Yahushai doesn't have to have strength in numbers. All right. You lean onto these false prophets and everything like that. One, because of their numbers, their fashion shows, and so on and so forth. Right. Right. Because what is Jake like to be flashy? All right. Jake wants to be strong, a strong nation right now on his own. All right. And that's what that false prophet portrays. All right. Hey, we're gonna build our own communities. We're gonna do this. We got this. Hey, we set up. Right.
I don't even want you to build schools out there because they don't fuck with you.
Right.
Because you're not them. That's where that BHI movement comes from.
God. It's all vanity. All vanity. All right. All vanity.
And that's similar to these Christian churches. Because the Christian churches, who got control, right now is those with that televangelists, those rural Joel Osteen, those that have paper, paper trail, which they digging dirt up on them too. The Lord's, revealing their grievous acts. All right. They tell you, you can do 101 abominations, be good. But then just make this donation. Donation. Let me get back in Proverbs. Get that point. Yeah. Let's get it. Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes.
So you will laugh at your calamity and mock you when your fear comes. So when that day of destruction comes, all right, that day of your destruction, whether it be your own personal famine, right, your own personal hell, your child gets ran over, your husband falls off of a cliff, and you get raped. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahshua is going to laugh at your calamity and mock you when your fear comes. All right, to give you a visual. All right, so to give you a visual, he said, laugh at your calamity. Ha 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 ha! Look at him. Right.
I was watching a video did earlier about it's called Judgment of the Whore, and when it's I believe it's in Numbers, but that one chick ran away from her husband, and then he gave her up to a group of men, and she got raped because they was trying to I think they was trying to do something like bad to him or something.
Yeah, it's talked about they like Lot. They said, "Come out so that we may know him."
Like he was like, "You can have my daughters, and do as you please with them," But but he did the same thing. He gave him his concubine, and she got raped, abused by a bunch of men, and then after she got raped, she was so messed up she died.
Yep, got left on the doorstep.
Right?
Hey, and that's you prideful woman. All right, that's gonna happen. Everything that was written for time is written for our learning.
That's that calamity. That's that judgment. And first, you should have the fear, something like that happening to you. Before you even step, make that step of action. But you don't consider till it's too late.
Yeah.
Verse 27. You got something you want to say?
Oh no, it was not for this.
Verse 27. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
Oh, well, that's what. Hey, you want to come when shit is hitting the fan. It's already hit the fan, and now you want to come running. All right? No. All right, it's hit the fan, it's everywhere, and guess what? There's other bags going up. So if I'm somebody who's supposed to clean the shit up, I'm not gonna clean it up until it's all done.
Everybody's gonna start running to the prophets when World War III pop off. But Abaratza, Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai already has us off the street by this. Because then it'll probably be too much. But if it's the Lord's will, then it's his will. But I'm thinking by that time, the prophet's already gonna be off the streets.
Hey, the prophets have to be off the streets. All right, because some are gonna be martyrs for the truth. All right, some are gonna be in FEMA camps. All right, receiving torture and being beheaded for the testimony of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, brothers and sisters, gonna have to be on the run. All right, as pilgrims upon the earth. All right, as Yahushai had no for sure dwelling place, neither do we. It don't matter if you own your home. It don't matter if you paid your rent 7 years in advance.
They still own that. The government still owns the property, no matter if it's paid off. That's why you pay taxes.
God.
But seeking them, then they shall seek me early. That's what talking about diligence. They're gonna be at all sorts of hours trying to find. Hey, where them brothers that used to be over here go?
Videos. First, they're gonna try to search for the video. All right.
Man, gonna be there. That diligence search ain't gonna lead you nowhere. It said in Amos 8 and 11 or 8 and 12, they shall wander from sea to sea. All right, it's not gonna be there though. This is Proverbs 1 and 28. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. All right, and they didn't choose. What's the fear of the Lord? Wisdom. All right. So they did, and what did this brother bring out? In Hosea, for they rejected knowledge. All right. That's why Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is going to come with that wrath upon them. You chose not to adhere, when he had his hand stretched out to help. Verse 30, they would none of my counsel, they despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way, be filled with their own devices.
Eat of the fruit of their own way. Once again, leading upon your own understanding. All right? You're eating of that same fruit. What you reap is what you sow. All right? You sowed rape, robbery, and murder. You're going to get rape, robbery, and murder. God, which brings you all calamity. All right?
Judgment be not expedient.
This is Isaiah chapter 1, verse 15. And it says, and when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yeah, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood.
God, your hands are full of blood. You're already defiled. All right? Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai is not going to take your prayers. All right? It's falling upon deaf ears.
Verse 16. Wash you make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil.
Cease to do evil. Here it is, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is giving you the instructions what to do. All right? What? To wash yourself, to repent. All right? To stop and come from your evil ways. All right? But go ahead.
17. Learn to do well, seek judgment, relieve the oppressed, judge the fatherless, plead for the widow.
And the only way you can seek judgment is understanding this book, understanding the law, statutes, and commandments and the judgments that are set forth by the men on the highways and byways teaching the 100% truth. All right, from Apostle Tahar on down, and those who are teaching the right doctrine.
And that's what you're giving to the Israelites to understand.
God.
And Psalms 147 and 19, 20.
I got the brief. Actually, I had it pulled. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right? Because it doesn't happen today. Right? You think you got away with it.
So-called heathen nation, you heathen nation, you'll get judged after death. All right? Your judgment is, as you die. Okay? Because it says in second Esdras, 14 and 35. But, the elect, is getting judged daily. It's instantaneous. But don't think, just because you don't get judged immediately, it ain't gonna come back to bite you in the butt, or you gonna go away scotch free. I had a couple more on this. Unless you got something to share.
No, I just want to bring that up because it was quoted. It was quoted, and that was right there. I already had it closed.
This is Proverbs 1, verse 32. It says, "For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them."
Yeah, for the turning away of simple. All right, read that again. Turning away of the simple.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
The prosperity of fools shall destroy them. All right, following after these fools. All right, once again, going back, trying to get the bag, trying to lean upon everything that is not Yahweh Shem Yahushua, leaning upon your Christianity, your Buddhism.
Because the wicked, the wicked the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So,
all right, so who's gonna be on top right now? The wicked. So if you follow the wicked, hey, you're gonna have a good life. You're gonna have a good life here in Babylon. Hey, look at it like this. The corporate industry, is ran by who? The issues, right? And a lot of them, are pushing what? That homosexuality. A lot of Mo's, when they're in a corporate, you'll get a better job than a regular man, for damn sure, Negro, Latino, or Native American, but you'll get a better job as one of these people on the sign if you're a Mo. Now think about that. All right, the prosperity of fools, prospering in their wickedness. All right, because what? Look at these rappers. They sell drugs, use drugs, and
push the vibration of abominable things.
Drill music. They're making a living off of killing people. And they killing the mindset of the younger generation.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 21. Folly is set in joy to him that is destitute of wisdom, but a man of understanding walk uprightly. All right, and that's that folly. All right, folly is that drill music. Folly is everything that you're set in to do, following after the devil. All right, false ways. You got more. Right? Hey, I'm gonna get you out. Since I'm right here. Proverbs 13. Let's lock it. Proverbs 14 and 12. And it reads, there is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
Yeah, so you got, the riches. And you put it in the constellation on you already received your constellation. I think so. Sounds right. But you already received that. You already received that. Which you're left.
Yeah, it was right to you. Hey, while you got it while the getting was good. All right, and you felt like it was the way.
Hey, but the end of that, okay, so you can be living a good life. You can live a great life from eating or benefiting off of wickedness. But what's going to be your judgment? What's going to be your status in the next life, especially if you're not Israelite. Hey, the wicked two-thirds, they're going to live in the kingdom shamefaced. With that heavy weight, from time to time when they see the elect, they're gonna be this, they're gonna have that guilt.
That humiliation.
Hey, and that's go ahead and pull that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 24. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
Woe unto you that are rich. That's not just only talking about the rich of our nation, all right, who has made money off of, our own nation, all right, through the leading them astray, all right, and essentially all these rappers and actors and everything are false prophets as well, all right, because they're idolized. These are the people who you choose to lead your nation.
That's what I say. The leaders of these people cause me the air.
God.
Hey,
Just like that. Watch a video from GMS Vegas. That one rapper Takashi was putting himself on camera, publicizing that he was giving money to the poor Issacharites down there in Mexico. When it says that you're supposed to give your alms in secret, you're not supposed to do it for clout or for publicity.
Yeah, that's all he do. That's how he came up. He came up off the clout chase, trolling.
But don't think you other nations are going to get away. All right.
Somebody smacked him in the head. He was walking out of the club. Someone just came in, back of the head.
Extort his ass out of the club.
So he came in and snuck him.
Hey, don't think that these other nations don't have to answer as well, because these other nations have to answer. All right, from Elam selling pork. All right, the so-called Chinese man, the so-called Arabic man. All right, who's in the neighborhood selling you liquor after you already belligerently drunk, continuing your affliction, giving you cigarettes, selling you cigarettes. All right, making merchandise of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai or of Christianity. All right, and Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right.
Going back to 6ix9ine, he created that. He pretty much created that whole trolling move. Coming up, and benefiting off of that shit. But what happened when he went out, to a different, to different hood? Like when he went out to Chicago, everywhere he goes, he got problems now. Especially because of the other shit that he got himself into. But y'all follow, the younger generation especially follows that stupidity, and thinks that, oh, I could get rich off this. Why not try it?
Yeah, by saying that, they're envying each other, like you said, and then doing the lookalike so they can go out Keep that.
Now you got all these stupid ass rainbow hair motherfuckers. Rainbow hair Jake. And you get me. How many times it's easy to get mistaken for somebody. You get slapped off just for looking like somebody.
Here it goes again. Proverbs 15:21. Folly is joy to him that is destitute of wisdom. All right, folly is joy. You're destitute of wisdom, so hey, you love that folly. You love to be in that state where it's just hey, like brother said, I'm gonna get rich from cloud chasing and so on and so forth. I'm gonna get bitches.
And Jake, like who we was talking about earlier, those are the true proverbs and bywords of our nation. They embody that persona, to actually be a so-called black man or a Mexican, spit, because that's how they act. So you deserve the name like that. And I got let me grab this real quick. This is all right. Here you go.
This is another nigga coming up.
This is Proverbs.
He was manifested through his wickedness.
Proverbs 17. How much it weighs? Dear Jake.
Jake is handicapped. He's
He trying to stunt on a fucking scooter, He probably can't walk to go take his shit to the bathroom. He about 40-something trying to slap in some pot of smoke. All right? And you gonna eat the devices of your own fruit. Hey, that's who you hearken to. You gonna go out just like that dude. All right.
Let me get this right quick. Sorry. Book of Proverbs, chapter 1, verse 22. How long will ye simple ones? Will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. All right? Hey, he's hating knowledge. He hates knowledge. This is the third week in a row.
He came back, riding around here mugging. Like, I don't even got my glasses on. I can tell he was looking at it.
Yeah, it's the third week in a row. This same demon keep on coming out here with this scooter. All right? But hey, call Allah Yahweh by Shimmy Al-Shai by Shimmer Kakdash. Let him get his judgment. All right? Mark him for his judgment.
And that's the worst, the older Jake that are in the 40s,
50s, 60s, and 70s.
Them is the most wickedest, maybe, especially the ones that be in the clubs, trying to, just
wasn't want to be young.
They got the gaiters and the little hat on. They got some candy in they and like some fucking Skittles or something. There's always hard candy, There's always hard candy that they're shaking, something that make a noise when they shake it. Y'all sick. Y'all just try to hop on anything that's living and never give up. Y'all never give up. Try to fit in with the young. Let me grab this and I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
This is Proverbs 17 and 15. He that justifieth the wicked, and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination to the Lord.
Hey, he that justifieth the wicked, he who justifies the acts and the works of Satan.
He justified it because they got him a little bit of pocket.
Right.
It must not be that wicked if the Lord's blessing me with all this.
Right. I got a house.
I should be doing.
I got a Ferrari. What roughly paraphrasing. Well, what is What is a man to gain if he sell his soul?
Right.
All right. He'll lose. He has everything, but he sold his soul. All right. He has nothing. All right. Matthews. All right. He has nothing whatsoever. All right. Because when you sell your soul, all right, for the bag, all right, or for any reason, it don't even have to be just for the bag. All right. You got dudes selling their soul for bitches. All right. Right.
And a little bit of,
All right.
Or the guy who got walked out by his wife like a dog damn leash.
That wedding.
Fucking sense.
And she wasn't even that. She wasn't even that good. Like she was a freaking
That was a man.
a 10 nanny.
It doesn't matter how good she was looking. That bitch is abominable. Wearing a white dress like she's fucking, I'm pure. No, bitch. You stink. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. All right? All you bitches stink. You dirty assholes.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 16, verse 26. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul?
Oh, what do you profit if you shall give everything? All right? You give everything. You sell your soul for everything. All the riches of the world. All right? For all the riches, not even of the world, but the riches of your world. All right? Hey, this it's like that Jake down there. Jake walked past and now tried to talk to this Edomite bitch down there. All right? He over there rapping, trying to rap and trying to get some. All right? And you know, yeah, I'll get you what you want. Right. And the fucking this right. They ain't gonna roll up, they gonna walk off together. They both walked up here. All right, they can't roll nowhere. All right. No, fucking Jake sitting down there, one who's sagging and shit. All right, and hey, and you bitches like that shit. Fuck you. Let's get back. That shit is. I hate sag. That shit irritates the fuck out of me.
Job 32 and verse 7, it says, I said days should speak, and multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding.
Wow, inspiration of Yahweh Shai. All right, the Barak Kodash. All right, the Holy Spirit. All right, that gives us the wisdom and the knowledge. All right, with studying and teaching, fasting and praying. All right, which, hey, we all need to fast more. I speak of myself first and foremost. And these times, hey, look, this is going to be worse than we can imagine. All right, ears have not heard, eyes have not seen. All right, and you see shit right now that is gut wrenching. All right, you see shit right now on the news that you be like, damn, that's fucked up, and you be fucked up behind it. How much more when shit that bear shit is in your face, and then there's some even worse. This is why we need Yahweh Shai. We need Yahweh to send Yahweh Shai back. There's no way out. There's no deliverance. All right, without the Lamb.
I gotta put this up for you. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 33, starting at verse 18. Behold, the eye of the Lord Yahweh is upon them that fear him, upon them that hope in his mercy.
And we hope in his mercy. Hey, we hope to have the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai to stand in that day. Go ahead.
Verse 19. To deliver their soul from death and to keep them alive in famine.
To deliver the soul from death, to keep us alive in famine. Matter of fact, hold that. That's a perfect famine. All right, not only famine of the word, but famine of the bread. Have you ever seen somebody's bones waste away? Have you ever seen somebody fucking what do they call it? Where the belly swells up? I forget the terminology for it, but basically you're so hungry the gas is in your body. Hey, like those Ethiopian kids.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, sin, if you for 3 cents a day, right? Here it is. The other countries had food commercials for America, for the Americans. All right. But guess what? Everybody has food commercials for everybody now. They just shutting them shits off. All right. You thought yourself to be in a good case, that everything was going to be okay. There is a famine, not a food fucking crisis, a famine. A famine is coming. A partial famine is here. The beginning of the famine is already started. It started in 2020 when the government was telling, hey, you got to euthanize your cattle. You got to euthanize your chickens. You got to throw away all the milk. You got to do all this. And now these storehouses and these farms, Kill Gates is, buying up all the farms.
All the fires
and then all the fires of the packing plants and the processing plants. All right, all this is happening. This isn't by coincidence. All right, it's orchestrated.
First state capitalized in 29 states. All right, that the farms are getting due to the chicken.
Right.
The family right there is out there killing your meat source. They're killing all your.
Yeah, they're killing everything off. All right. Why? Also, because with that, then what can they do? What can they get you to accept on top of that? They can get you to accept multiple things. All right, that 3D printed meat. All right, you hungry? Well, you ain't got meat, but we got that 3D printed meat for you. All right, hey, there is no wheat, but we got 3D printed meat. The fuck?
3D printed salmon.
You got 3D printed bread, everything. What the fuck? I thought a 3D printer was made out of plastic. Make plastic stuff. All right? I know it makes a bunch of shit, but come on. All right? But you all are okay with this. All right? You got something else on that famine?
Yeah, no.
I thought you were holding on famine.
No, verse 20. It's okay. This is Psalm chapter 33, verse 20. Our soul waiteth on the Lord Yahweh. He is our help and our shield.
Our soul waiteth on Yahweh. He is our help and our shield. We wait on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. He is our help and our shield. He is the only one that can send his son at the appointed time to deliver us. All right? From a famine, you are going to need help. All right? Your food lines and food rations are not going to be enough if you even get some. Especially for you fucking Americans. All right?
Second Esdras, chapter Second Esdras, chapter 16, starting at verse 19. I'll start verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
All right, all these evils shall come. Read that again.
Second Esdras, chapter 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows.
The beginning of sorrows. Hey, what's sorrowful? All right? When you're sorry, you're in a low state. All right? The beginning of sorrows. That's that weeping. That's that, I don't know what I'm going to do. How are we going to get through this? What's going on? Scared shitless. These are all sorrows. All right? I have no gas. I have no food. I have no lights. I have no money. I have no clothes. I have no man. All right? It's going to be you women especially. All right? You're going to have to experience this, especially from all your fucking prideful, independent woman. Yeah, bitch, be independent. All right, go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
Great mornings. All right. Hey, when that draft comes in, all right. When that draft comes in, and the husbands that you got go off to war.
Not only the husbands, but if your sons are grown enough to go into the military, they're going to go too.
Hey, fuck that. Not just your sons, your daughters.
Not even that.
All right.
To everyone.
You got sons, daughters, everybody. You know the thing about a draft? Thing about a draft is when a draft is issued, all right, there is no minimum requirement. If they want you, they'll take you. They determine. The rules are now bent. All right? Right. The rules are bent. So if they say, you know, if they say we're in a horrible case, guess what? We're gonna take your 13-year-old son and he gonna fly drones. That's what's gonna happen. All right? They're gonna put him in a location nearby or far away. It doesn't matter. War is war. Hey, and what are the rules of war? Win. That's the only rule. Win. Right? That's the only rule of war, is there has to be one who subdues the other. There can only be one, like Highlander. There can only be one. And in this Third World War, there's only going to be one. That's Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
And it says, in great mournings, the beginning of famine.
The beginning of the food crisis. The beginning of a biblical proportion food crisis. The beginning of fucking famine. It is not a crisis, it is a famine. Go ahead and read that. You can say what you're gonna say.
No, and famine is sent out. When the Lord is displeased with the ways of the world. It happened in Egypt. It happened in in other cases with I believe it was Elijah. During the time of Elijah. All right. Lamentation. You said 4:9.
Yeah, 4
or 19.
4 yeah, 4 and 9.
Lamentation 4:9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of fruits of a field.
All right. How about Shmuel Shah said it is better for you to die by the sword than to die by famine. Yeah, right. And you know, because pine needles hurt when they get up under your skin the right way. Right? If you've ever had that happen to you, it get under your skin the right way, that shit hurt. But you're pining away. That means you're going to be a sliver and it's going to hurt at every point. That's why they're called hunger pains. Damn, I'm having hunger pains. Bitch, because your body is eating itself. Slowly. Hey, famine is so bad, you could have bread in front of you and you don't have the strength to get it.
You don't even have to.
You could eat a cracker and die.
You got a lot of ways to take you out.
You could eat one cracker and be too fucking full because you're that malnourished. You could drink a whole cup of water and drown.
The definition for pine away in the Hebrew is zoo, and means to die. To waste away, also, to overflow. So,
Oh, this is hey, this is that Thinner, Stephen King's Thinner, right?
Yeah.
That's a perfect depiction, right? That's a perfect depiction how you pine away slowly.
Jake put that spell on his eyes.
Yeah, slack it.
verse 10 says, "The hands of the pitiful women have sodden their children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people."
Cannibalism. All right, cannibalism is the book of Eli. What is that? Devil's Rejects. Book of Eli, Devil's Rejects. Well, there's so many movies. People Under the Stairs. God, all the zombie movies that you see. Hills Have Eyes. That's the one I was thinking of. Hills Have Eyes.
You're gonna be a whole 2 big meals for somebody.
Right. Hey, you extra obese women that have extra pride. All right. Hey, you're gonna be a meal for a tribe of lawlessness, full of lawlessness, and they gonna rape you and do whatever they gonna do to you. All right, and then they gonna eat you.
That's
All right, they gonna saute you and then eat you. All right. Right, you're gonna be seasoned with all those different mingled semen. All right, saute you and then eat you, and not the way you want. Right, you're gonna be a fucking meal. All right, go ahead and continue down on that.
Lamentation 4 and 11. The Lord hath accomplished his fury. He hath poured out his fierce anger and hath kindled a fire in Zion.
God, he has kindled a fire. That fire that is being stirred up. All right. As the brother had read, the beginning. All right, in Second Esdras. The beginning. This is only the beginning. So it's gonna get worse. All right, it's going to get worse when there is nobody out here to help. All right, there's nobody to take a hold to for your protection. All right, especially you women. All right, when your man is sent off to war, all right, your little protection is gone, and you're not gonna have protection if he's not a man of Yahweh Bashem Shai anyway.
Think about, the men that don't get sent to war. They're going to be the ones that are, destroyed, drug. They're going to be primarily the bug outs.
Oh.
Those demons.
Once they leave, ain't no coming back.
Those wicked men. Those that because most of those with mental issues, health reasons that they can't, go on to the war.
Don't forget about the criminals going to be released. Right? There's not going to be anybody there to watch after the livestock. All right? To watch after those that are locked up and incarcerated. So they're going to get loose. All right? Hey, that's when rape, robbery, and murder. All right? The things that people are in prison for, they're going to continue that same wickedness.
Lamentations 4 and 11. The Lord hath accomplished his fury. He hath poured out his fire, or his fierce anger, and hath kindled a fire in Zion, and it hath devoured the foundations thereof.
The foundations thereof. Hey, and this system is being broken down systematically. All right. Oh yeah, how about
That's
you?
why he put Brandon in office, you know, because he knew, because it was ordained to be that way for the destruction of this system.
He put Joe Biden in office. You said Brandon.
I don't think you said Joe when you said Brandon.
But hey, he put Brandon in office because we appreciate Brandon for what he's done. All right. He's only speeding up the process and revealing. Yeah. Yeah. But revealing. All right. You're revealing the wickedness of himself and his father. All right. The backdoor deals that went down. And wasn't there something where they had King Obama's daughter's credit card? God.
Supposedly sleeping on or messing with Malia Obama. They got some little cocaine residue on that. There's a whole bunch of pictures you don't even want to look at. Some crazy pictures on that. What's been released and said photoshopped or whatever. But Joe Biden, is he's destroying this economic system. He's blowing out using up all the reserve fuel right now, reserve oil. And another thing I was seeing on the news, you got America, coming down hard on India for still buying oil. When it just came out that the U.S. and NATO been actually purchasing more oil from Russia. That's those hypocrites. This nation is ran by hypocrites. Hey,
let's never trust thy enemy.
Right. So you condemning one nation, for buying, when you're doing the same thing and actually consuming more than they are. Do you have more on that? I got something to drop that. I got a this Proverbs.
Let me get a precept for that. What you just said. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 7, and it reads, "His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue, under his tongue is mischief and vanity." No. That's farther down. I was gonna read it down. Yeah. I thought you said outside. Continue on. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 8. "He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor."
Set against Jacob. He's talking about setting up. What does he do? He set up the police in the hood. He set up,
Sting operations.
But he puts his drugs in there in the hood.
What do they call it? That
bait cars.
Yeah, bait cars throughout it.
He's setting you up for so he could destroy you. The liquor stores and the gun stores.
What are you telling me? All right, to the hood. All right, continue on. Verse 9, "He lieth in wait secretly, as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to crouch, to catch the poor. He doeth catch the poor when he dwelleth it's like when he draweth him into his net.
That's pretty much incredible.
God.
You know, he said he puts you in an environment, filled with all this, all these yeah, well, substances that lead you to your downfall.
All right, what you think are goodies, all right, which is for your destruction, but hey, that BMW that's sitting in the hood, or that new Plymouth that has 3 miles on it with the keys in it. Okay, continuing on, verse 10, he crouched and humble himself that is poor. Slack it. He crouched and humble himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
So he humbled himself as if he's doing something good for you. All right, he makes some appearances saying that he's going to renovate some or gentrification right now. He makes some renovations to some old beat up what are they called, projects. But then he kicked your ass out of there. All right,
or he sell the house from underneath you. All right, here it is. You've been paying your rent. You do you do a certain type of loan or whatever, and then here it is. You got a deferment or whatever, and they sell your house from underneath you for $7. All right, to an investor. Right.
Gets you to sign that paper. Gets you to sell your soul for whatever he needs. Hey, I'm gonna give you $10,000 because you just gotta do this, and this for me. Hey, the Illuminati sacrifice, or whatever Hollywood, is based off. Hollow wood, which is a source of a wand.
Right. That's that Harry Potter.
A special type of wand that they do. They sorceries.
Yeah.
And going back to what we were talking about in the beginning of this camp. You go out and buy Twitter, make it seem like he's bringing back free speech to the internet. Just to take it all away from you, just to set up these draconian measures just to take away your free speech.
Hey, because this is that setup of that digital constitution that they're doing. All right. Hey, the so-called white man and the so-called white woman is the devil. All right. If you don't believe me, look at their laws. All right. Look at what they're doing in the school, critical race theory. All right. They no longer. God. All right. They no longer want to be associated with their history. All right. They don't want to be associated with the things that they have done. All right. They've gained this country by rape, robbery, and murder, and colonized really the world by that same method: rape, robbery, and murder. God.
This is Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich. Their own shepherds pity them not. And that's the mind state of these devils, man. They think that they're not guilty for what they've done. Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Whose possessors slay them, all right, and hold them not guilty. Did not the so-called white man slay you, Jakes? At an alarming rate. Alarming rate. All right, the Trail of Tears, Devil's Crunch Bowl. All right,
The conquest of Hernan Cortez.
hey, you can go on and on.
There's a lot of massacres.
Hey, just Trayvon Martin alone, just a stop and frisk alone. Right. Right. How many more that are unspoken of? All right. How many more through gang violence and psyops in the community, starting wars, starting gang wars?
It's all judgment.
God.
All right. You gotta pay for the affliction that y'all caused, the unjust affliction, because it does say that you will be afflicted that's not justified.
I have a phrase that this is Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
From our unrighteous dealings, hey, the kingdom was translated from one people to another. And now, through his unrighteous dealings, the kingdom is going to be translated back. All right? From the abominations that this devil continues to put on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's people, and the atrocities. God. God, you had something else to rush?
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the power? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Verse 10, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the power.
No, nobody's going to inherit the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, all right? But the nation of Israel, and first and foremost, that first fruit, all right? The 144,000 and the 1/3, all right? 2/3 of you are going to be cast out, just like these other heathen nations, all right? For following after the wickedness. Matter of fact, somebody go ahead and pull John 8:42.
John 8:44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abandoned not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh his own. For he is a liar and the father of it.
God, he is a liar and the father of it. So all the lust and all the things that he continued to do through abominations, all right, as the brother had just read, you can continue on that. Just start a verse up, all right? But all these atrocities that he had continued to do. Yeah, you, the Russian. That's it. Okay.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, starting at verse 8. Nay, ye do wrong and defraud, and that your brethren, verse 9, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the power? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of power. Verse
Nobody, all right, who is false and unrighteous is going to inherit the kingdom, whether it be of our own nation, all right? And we know that all Israel will be saved, all right? But 2/3 is going to come back through the loins of the elect, through the multitude of the 1/3. Right, go ahead and continue the slide.
Verse 11, and such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai, and by the Spirit of our power.
So we are justified through Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? Hoping, all right, with our faith. All right, hope and faith that we are pardoned from our transgressions. All right, that's why we have mercy and grace. That's why the Lamb came. All right, came for the nation of Israel, for the 1/3, the multitude of Israel. All right, so the nation could come back in its rightful, righteous state and be remembered as Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai's people. Is it on that? You got something?
Actually, I do.
Okay.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. All things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but I will not be brought under the power of any.
Hey, all things are lawful for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Hey, because there's no unrighteousness in him. All right. Everything that he does is righteous. All right. Judgment. All right. There has to be a judge. There has to be a standard. Yahweh is the standard. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is the standard. All right. Yahweh Shai is the word that was spoken of that standard. All right. So that his word may go out and be performed. All right. Anybody got anything on that? All right, let's get into the MLTV. Let's go ahead and jump over there. It's showing the wrong place. Yeah, always does that. It only does that on the, it only pops up on the computer. Type it in. That's what I've noticed.
Oh,
And what on the computer,
yeah,
you type it in.
it can work too. All right, this is Revelation 13 and verse 15. It reads, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast." And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
God, hey, this image that is going to be shown is speaking loud and clear. All right, the image, the image of this system, all right, is speaking loud and clear. And what is that system? The MOTB. All right, how this digital system is being set up and how it's been really being pushed since 2020. All right, how the groundwork was pushed 2020. Yeah. Go ahead and put those underneath. Go ahead. Well,
Verse 16 says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a thing in their right hand or in their forehead."
all right, to receive that thing, to receive that grain of rice. All right, that RFID. All right, that Lay's potato chip. All right, they want you to receive this, or that Neuralink, so they can transition this whole system to digital currency. All right, what is it? I believe it's out in Texas. All right, where they're starting to release this digital currency. All right, they're starting to push it to the forefront, so this they can work the bugs out. All right, now you're going to start seeing more acceptance of digital payment. All right, you're going to start seeing these RFNs and this change be dwindling away. Yeah, transfer. You're starting to be accepted more Bitcoin. All right, and then that transition out of Bitcoin to whatever. Yeah.
Like as these other countries have done, as the Chinese, I forgot what the name is.
Right.
Chinese, Russia got
Russia.
Jamaica actually did that.
Yeah, and then Jamaica already did it. Yep.
They were offering, I think, Benjamites about like 1,500 or three bands, to transfer over.
Right, transfer all the currency over and go digital. That's
Crouching. But then, there's gonna be a certain time that, after they transfer everything, they're gonna want you to get that thing, and they're gonna implement that CHIP.
right. Hey, don't think that they gonna what is it? I was reading an article. They're talking about another stimulus. Don't think that stimulus. What did the last stimulus come on? It had to come on a credit card. All right. Everybody got it a credit card or to their account. All right. There was no check sent that last stimulus. All right. So how much more is it going to be? All right. It's going to be either another credit card. All right. Or it's going to go to your account, but guaranteed there's no more checks. And if they plan to have one or two more, if it's only one, hey, that's going to be that transition money. All right, you're only going to have a percentage of time where you're going to be able to transfer your RFNs in for a percentage. Right, you're only going to be able to receive a percentage of your RFNs to transfer to your digital currency. All right, it's a reset. And don't think on the reset that I'm going to give you what you fucking have. Right? I'm not. I'm not going to reset something and give you the same fucking value. That's just dumb. All right? Even though I set the standard and made the value, I set the standard.
So they're going to change it. They're going to be like, all right, since we made this new dollar, which is backed by nothing. All right.
It's backed by electricity. Zeros.
By nothing. We're going to say that the American dollar is only worth, 10% of one of these points. And they could do that.
Because that's already backed by nothing.
They were already talking last year about taking away all your IRAs, retirement funds. All that is going to be done away with. Hey, man, if you got it now, you might as well take it out.
Right. Yeah, that's
or take it out when you notice things getting rough.
Right. Hey, it's rough right now. Shit, you need something right now. You might as well go ahead and get it. All right, because as they announced in California, hey, there's a water shortage. Yeah. You're going down to watering 1 day a week. You're getting fined for watering more than 1 day. You're getting fined for taking too long of showers and shit. But nevertheless, it's been in a drought since 2000, but now it's time to enforce, right? You can't say gradualism. You can't say I haven't told you. I haven't warned you.
They always bring
California. God.
It's probably might be this.
Yes.
The time to be in.
Hey,
the year of the turnip.
It's the year of the turnip. Hey, and it's that guy saying the end is near. Now the end is here. It was the end is near, the end is near, the end is coming. All right, and if you look through the signs of the movies, they had the end is near, the end is near, the end is coming, the end is coming. Now you see on the sign, the end is here. We just watched a movie last night. The end is here. This is how it ends. This is how it ends. The end is here. It's all the same.
The guy in
Forrest
Whitaker was looking for a daughter and stuff. Yeah.
Right, but hey, no, I'm talking about the other movie. This is the end. There we go. This is the end.
Oh, the comedy one?
Yeah, okay. I was thinking of that one and that one. So, hey, he said that, this is the end, and this is how it ends. All right, how it ends. This is the end, and this is how it ends. hey, what was that blast? It could be looked at as a thermonuclear destruction, as fire. All right. And they're scarcely being saved, running away from it in the car. Sorry, I just spoiler alert. But hey, nevertheless,
They seen it. I know they.
Let me get back to
come.
Revelation 13:17. And reads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that hath the thing or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
All right, to have the charagma, all right, to be able to buy or sell. All right, so it won't be able to go into the grocery stores and pick up, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up that 14 pack of Coors Light and pick me up some beef. One day ain't gonna be too much meat, all right, unless it's 3D printed. All right.
Hey, look how there's accounts of everybody in well, here in America, there's accounts of a lot of people still running up in stores, ransacking. They still ransacking these stores, so there ain't gonna be nothing left on the shelf.
You still got those the people that have the ability, all right, still going into their big stores, their Costco's, their Sam Clubs and everything, still buying pallets of shit, taken from all you common people, all the common folk. All right.
It's like a trend now. Celebrities are, doomsday preppers.
God. All right. And with the
nice little, looking like a little 7-Eleven in their little hiding place.
Right.
Their little basement facility.
Hey, and then on top of, hey, y'all don't understand, man. Y'all better prepare as much as possible.
But that still ain't gonna save from nuclear, ICBM missiles, that burn the elements.
Oh,
Hey,
we about to get that.
Gonna burn through.
Hey, and don't think this having food and water and everything is gonna put you in a case where you're gonna be saved and delivered. All right? Because once again, matter of fact, go back to 2nd Esdras 16. Hey, that's the spirit.
Verse 1.
Go ahead and just continue down.
I'm gonna start back where I left off. The 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, starting at verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Verse 20. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
You still won't turn from your wickedness. From all these things that are about to happen and go down and all this stuff that you see, you're still not going to turn from your wickedness. You're still going to continue in your evil ways. All right?
And it says here, verse 21, Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
So the victuals, like the brother was saying, hey, since 2020, everything was cheap because you couldn't go nowhere. Releasing this, everything, kept you in the house. Hey, there was an abundance of everything because there was no stock moving. All right. It gave you the illusion that these stores, the stock would still be full, that the warehouses would still be full.
Consumption of America went up, but the projection and the imports, the import of goods, couldn't match up. That's still the same problem that they're having right now. The supply don't meet the demand from you, from you Americans, because y'all just consume. That's the way of America. Just consume.
Right. And no matter what you consume, as long as you got something.
Eat more, shit more, now you run out of toilet paper.
Right. All right, go ahead.
Verse 22, For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
God, many of you that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. All right. So those who say, hey, I got my bunker or whatever, whatnot. Oh, hey, I'm good over here. I didn't stored up, 300 pounds of beef in a deep freezer. This is on its own generator. All right. Me and my family are good. Guess what? Just like Stan. All right, Eminem and Stan. Give me that.
Amos 5 and 18, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him.
What do you think? You thought you were in a good case. You know what? I'll get away. I made it. Everything's, baby, we made it. We made it. Hey, that serpent went and bit you. Now you're dying a horrible, slow paralysis death. Yeah.
The Lord might let you survive this nuclear destruction, just for you to starve yourself out, or go crazy and take yourself out.
Right. Hey, you might be. Hey, your tombs. You're gonna be locked in your tomb. All right. That power is gonna get cut off.
The fire might just seal you in there.
Right. Those are now your tombs. All right. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. There's not gonna be one of those rebreathers or anything. Your food is gonna rot. Everything. Right. Twinkies last forever. What are you talking about? It's a lot. I'm just playing. No, I'm just Zombieland. It's actually one of my favorite movies.
All right, this is 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 23. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
Where the prophet's going to be at that time.
Oh.
Around the time we have charity.
All right. Can you pull Lamentations? 2:18, 19.
You want me to get that now?
Finish. It's locked in.
Verse 24, 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 24. There shall be no man left to till the earth, nor to sow it. 25, the trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? 26, the grapes shall ripe, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men.
All places shall be desolate of men. Right? So even if there is, something growing, something, that harvest is there, all right, in a field somewhere, there's nobody going to be there to pick it. All right? There's not going to be anybody to take care of it. All right? And then, read that again, Darash.
Verse 26. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 26. The grapes shall ripe, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men.
All places shall be desolate of men. All right? No, hey, there's not, the only men that there'll be in that time is the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right? And they will be hidden. All right? There's a little bit more on that, right?
Verse 27. So that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice. 28. For of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves, and in the clefts of rocks.
God, goes to show you that the men will be in hiding. All right, men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai will be in hiding. All right, and those other heathen rulers and nations, all right, and those who are going to be saved for the first fruit of slavery, all right, will be in those rocks and be in those cliffs. All right, hiding themselves, ultimately for the will and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, so they can be saved. All right, to get their ass in those chains. Them and their children's children's children. Go ahead. I think that's it. Right?
Yeah, that's
Lamentations 2:18. Their heart cried out, like their heart cried unto the Lord, O wall of the daughter of Zion, let tears run down like a river, day and night. Give thyself no rest. Let not the apple of thine eye cease.
We're crying out to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, asking him, pleading and begging him, all right, to take away our affliction. It's like our affliction. All right. That we being the apple of his eye, that we can get out of these hellish conditions. All right, that our punishment is done away with. Okay, go ahead.
Arise, cry out in the night, in the beginning of the watches, pour out thine heart like water before the face of the Lord. Lift up thy hands toward him for the life of thy young children that faint for hunger in the top of every street. Behold, O Lord, and consider to whom thou hast done this. Shall the women eat their fruit, the children of a span long? Shall the priest and the prophet be slain in the sanctuary of the Lord?
All right, and once again, this is the crying out of the saints. All right, we're crying. All right, brothers out here on the highways and byways crying. Hey, even though once again we piped unto you, all right, singing this song of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, this symphony that's being played across the planet to bring you into remembrance to whose you are and to who you are and whose you are. Okay? Pull Isaiah 13 and 11 for me. Whoever. Go.
Isaiah 13 and 11. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease and lay low the haughtiness of the terrible.
Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to cause the arrogance of these proud to cease. All right, and this is back what we're praying for. All right, we're praying to have him take away our reproach and then put the hell on these other nations. Matter of fact, get Deuteronomy 30 and 7.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which
start up at 6.
Deuteronomy 30 and 6. And the Lord Yahweh thy power will circumcise thine heart and the heart of thy seed, to love the Lord thy power with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live.
So that we mayest live. All right, because this is our prayers. But this is what's going to happen to them because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, hey, this thing has already been manifested spiritually. All right? We have to physically put in the work. All right? And this was the prayer. This is the prayer in the faith of the saints. All right? Matter of fact, go ahead and pull that in Revelation 10. Go ahead and read that.
Verse 7.
No, 13. Go on.
Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord Yahweh thy power put all these curses upon thine enemies, and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee.
God, all the curses that we are under, all right, we pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that they be put on our enemies. All right, for all the desolation of our nation and how these heathen nations are confederate with Esau, Edom to make a desolation of our nation, to forward the affliction.
With that opioid addiction, that's primarily hitting, the Edomites. So that's just one example. Hey, their women leaving their men. Why so-called white women don't want a white man. That's not
Isaiah. Is it Isaiah? There we go. Revelation 13 and 9.
Revelation 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
Hey, this is part of our prayers. All right. This is the patience and the faith of the saints. All right. For these same things as you did unto us be done unto you. All right. Hey, it's part of the law. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. All right. This is everything that you have continued our afflictions. All right. You served it unto us, so we want you to get served. Recompense.
Numbers 35 and 33 says, so ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are, for blood defileth the land. The land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it. All right. It's going to come right full around the same way you got it, the same way that it's going to be given back. And since you got it through violence,
Colonization, rape, robbery, and
right,
murder.
coercion, pushing that Christianity falseness, covering up the faces of the real judges, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who make up the true tribe of 12 tribes of Israel. All right, same thing's gonna gonna be done to you.
You wanted to be like Yahweh Bashem Yahushai and take his law, statutes, and commandments and his judgments. All right, but you didn't want to adhere to it. All right, so now you're going to be judged by it. All right, you said through your lies and through your robbery. All right, through your ill gains, you have set up a system. Now the system that you set up, you have to live by those laws, right? Because you dealt with those laws falsely, because they weren't given unto you in the first place. All right.
This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 8.
13 and 19.
13 and 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Hey, this right here, Babylon. Spiritually Babylon, spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritually Rome 2.0, spiritually Egypt. All right, all this shit, all right, is here. America. All right. The Bible's not going to say clearly America. All right, but the spirit of America, all right, follows after the Babylonian customs. Rome 2.0, how everything is set up.
Given to the land of confusion, where they will worship metal.
45. Isaiah 45. 17.
And Yahweh Shai said it would be much more tolerable being Sodom and Gomorrah, then you know, in Babylon the Great at that time.
Yeah, you started 16.
Isaiah 45:16. They shall be ashamed and also confounded of all of them. They shall go to confusion together that make makers of idols. But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh with an everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed, nor confounded, world without end.
World without end. All right, so Israel is a world without end, but the shame. All right, the shame of you nations. Read it again, Darash. The shame of you nations. All right, the believing on this Babylon. All right, believing that Babylon is going to last forever, and that God, this is right. Hey, and everything's an idol.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the power overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. Verse 20, and it shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation, neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
God. Nothing's going to be inhabited again in this land of America. Why? For the desolation. All right. It's going to be destitute. All right. It's destitute for destruction. All right. And for the abominations that have been committed. What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? Fire and brimstone. All right. Because there were no ICBMs back then. But the fire and brimstone was equivalent to the ICBMs that are now. God. All right, they actually did a soil test to prove that.
Matthew 10 and 15. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city.
And if Sodom and Gomorrah is more tolerable, all right, and it went out by fire and brimstone, but it should be more tolerable than this wicked ass queendom that's set up right now.
The main source of their Sodom and Gomorrah, their main source, their main good that they were trading was sulfur. You know, they had like pretty much the whole city was built up on those sulfur. They had like where they was every house, not every house, but they had like a lot of places in there that were storing, you know, sulfur. So when they ignited, man, it was just like, you know, everything was just blowing. I got Isaiah 31. They were like sitting on a landmark.
Hey, how about you be outside? It was already predestinated to happen to Sodom and Gomorrah.
Isaiah 31:1. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and must be journeys, because they are many. In horsemen, because they are very strong, but they look not the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord.
Woe to you 2/3. All right, to trust on this system. Woe to you 2/3 to trust on this system of America, but on these other governments as well. You Israelites that are scattered abroad. All right, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and the speckled birds thereof.
The military might, you know.
It's like, yeah, continue on that.
Verse 2, yea, he also is wise, and will bring evil, and not call back his words.
He's not gonna call back his words. There is no pause button. All right, there's no negotiation. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, you can go ahead. You still in second entrance?
Yeah, chapter 16.
That's like
18 or 16.
Chapter 16.
Verse.
Oh, here we go.
Second Ezra 16 and 14. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Right there. I know like 18.
Yeah, I thought it was 16. That got him dodging these pedals over here.
They evil sent out, that's gonna be that ICBM missiles, with plagues, the evil gonna be pestilence, in total, which is the doings and the work of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah, all right, for judgment. Same chapter or stand for scourging the commandments. Going back in Isaiah 31 and 2, but will arise against the house of the evildoer. But will arise against the house of the evildoers, against the help of them that work iniquity. All right, so hey, those going hand in hand. The help of the evildoers. Now everybody following along with these, with the ideologies, the philosophies, under the rulership of Esau Edom. You're all gonna get it. That's why Revelation 18 says, "Come up out of her, be not partakers of her plague." All right, don't get caught up in the right. And what did it say in Proverbs? If a sinner enticed me, consent thou not.
Yeah, you can say that.
All right, verse 3. Now the Egyptians are men and not the Most High.
I understand that they are men and not the Most High. All right, we don't care about you other nations. All right, it's you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who we care about and calling out unto. All right, and 2/3, we don't care about you right now on this side. All right, we understand that you're not going to get it. All right, but it's the 1/3 that we care about. All right, it's the 1/3 that we're out here on the highways and byways for, to hearken you and bid you unto the marriage, so we can get up out of here. All right, we want to leave. All right, it's closing time. All right.
It's in Isaiah the 14th chapter, it exalts itself as the Most High.
God.
So they try to show out, as if they have control, and as if they have the same, that they could recreate, the powers and the works, the miracles, and the destruction of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. But the Lord set bounds on them, which they won't surpass.
Well, have a good one.
So they're limited in this whole thing, and the script is already written. There's an end to wickedness. And there's an eternal, there's eternity for the Israelites. The eternal rulership. So all this wicked shit that you see, looking around, demons, all that's going to be done away with. They say that the things of old are not remembered. They fade away, they pass it away. All right, continuing on, Isaiah 31 and 3. Now Egyptians are men and not the Most High, and their horses flesh and not spirit.
Horses, flesh, all right, and not spirit. And how about Shem Yahushai? All right, he's of the spirit, he controls all things. All right, so how much more are these devils going to fall? What is this technology? What can this technology do against the spirit? All right, this is not the fucking Ghostbusters. Okay?
Spiritual power, way stronger.
Right.
Ecclesiastes 9 and 16, it says, then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
Wow.
The words of wise men are heard, and quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Here's the point. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good.
Wisdom is better than the weapons of war. Hey, and we know this devil has no wisdom. All right, look at his queendom. He has no wisdom how to govern. Here it was, hey, it was manifested and basically given to him on a platter. All right, Yahweh Shem Yahushai delivered his strong nation on a platter for these devils. All right, for the so-called white man. It was delivered. And this fucker still couldn't get it right. Ultimately, it was because it was destinated. All right, but it goes to show you how low level and how base this man is. All right.
One sinner destroys much good, and the average, Jake, follow Esau Edom, the so-called white man, doing exactly what he wants you to do. Falling into that net, destroying yourself.
All right. Isaiah 14
and 4, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased?
How has the golden city ceased? All right. How's America now become, all right, like these other nations? How is it that America, this golden city, is going through a food crisis? You fucking liar. It's a famine. All right. How's America getting prepared for a famine? How is all this happening in your land, America? How's it happening? It's happening to you, Americans. You fucking prideful Americans. It's happening. Go ahead.
Isaiah 14 and 5, the Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
How about Shem Yahushai is breaking the staff of you wicked ass people? All right, and 2/3 of his own nation. I gotta go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations?
God, how's the richest fucking queendom in the planet? All right, the beauty of the beauty. All right, how has it come to this?
How is that hammer is representative of the strength? This is a mighty power. NATO and America is feared. Used to be feared but now it's going to be turned into the laughing stock of the whole world.
Hey, hey, Biden, what did Biden said? I'm ready. Slovakia, Putin.
Right.
Putin said, I'm ready.
And that's gearing up. That's what's gearing up this World War III is mainly that they see that we have a weak, incompetent leader. All right, that is is ready to right. That is, but he's the perfect man for the job for the destruction to happen because it's been all downhill since he got in office.
He represents the downfall of America. All right. Not only did he fall going up the stairs, all right, twice. All right. He was trying to incline for the fall. All right. He fell. Hey, that was symbolic once again that he fell.
What's that old saying? Strong men create peaceful times and weak men create hard times.
Right.
And Biden is that weak man.
You even got the last president saying that if something's not done about this leader, then hey,
the whole world's gonna blow up.
The whole world.
Putin said that he's ready to use his nukes.
He been tested.
Right. He's been testing. That's going into the let the weak stand there strong.
Hey, but don't worry, America. Like you said, we're not worried. We understand, and he did the procedures right. He did everything by the playbook that he was supposed to do. He let it be known.
Biden ain't got no answer for it. He just we're not going to tolerate that.
Right.
He's all talk.
But this little lie, fucking Twitch.
Isaiah 14:6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered.
Nations with anger. It's this devil, all right, that now has to take on the whole world. Right? In retrospect, him and his friends have to take on the whole world. All right, his allies have to take on the whole rest of the world. All right, because they ruled the world with rigor. All right, just as the Egyptian leaders before, they're in that same spirit of Egypt. All right, and continue the rigorous and strenuous and exhausting, all right, fucking exhausting labor of the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, and the speckled birds whose father's line goes back. The destitute of this nation, destroying continuously. Okay, go ahead. More on that.
Even the whole earth is at rest and is quiet, they break forth into singing.
And when that happens, all right, when this comes to pass, Yahweh Shem Yahushua comes, we are going to be at rest. All right, we will be at rest. Rest. Jump over to 21. Yeah, jump over to verse 21. Start at 15. Start at 15. Go through 17, and then jump down. You might just read all of it.
Isaiah 14:15. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit.
Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bring you down to the sides of the pit. All right, bring you down low once again. All right, put you in your rightful place, where being the base man. All right.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms?
Is this the man? All right.
How the whole earth is true.
God.
Broken.
How's the whole hammer of the earth broken? How's that had the military might and that subdued all these nations, colonized the whole? All right, but how is this? How is this man? This is him. This is him. Continue.
It says, I made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, everyone in his own house. No, that's right. All right, verse 16. They, 17, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. Right? He opened up. He did not open up the house of his prisoners. Because he never let Jake go. He never released the Israelites from their captivity. Going into Baruch 3.
The captivity had an end.
That's that Emancipation Proclamation. All right, that Lincoln did just transfer ownership.
God took his own people.
And then took his own people. Now, and then through feminism, created even more slaves. All right, now everybody's a slave. There's no women are not free out of slavery. All right, they were a point they were enslaved and indebted through their husbands.
Tearing down like the monuments and things like he did out in Egypt, but breaking down their system, and then revamping it through his way, so they could be in debt to America,
Colonizing.
right? Pretty much. Verse 18, all the kings of the nation, even all of them lie in glory, everyone in his own house.
Oh.
Right? But thou art cast out of the grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet.
That's the carcass trodden under feet. Hey, these nations, right? These nations will fall by the hand of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, right? And they're trodden underfoot. Right? What is it? Psalms 10. The enemy thy footstool. 110.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 1. The Lord Yahweh said unto my Lord, sit thou at my right hand until I make thine enemies thy footstool.
Right? That's exactly what Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is doing. All right? Yahweh is destinating Yahushai, has destinated Yahushai to subdue all our enemies. All right? And then Yahushai has the Alahayim and his men. All right? The 144,000. All right? To subdue these other nations. God.
The lake, of Israel.
God. Matter of fact, we'll get into that today. You know, we'll touch on that through the Spirit. All right, go ahead on that.
Verse 20, it says, "Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people, and the seed of evildoers shall never be renowned."
The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned, shall never be remembered, shall never be thought of. All right, shall never be what is another word I'm looking for? Honor. All right. Get beat up by these flowers. All right, go ahead. You can drop down to 21. Yeah. I can't even see right now.
21, "Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities."
Hey, this is part of the saints' prayer. All right, that you will be taken down. That Esau, Edom, chiefly the number one enemy, the number one enemy. All right, of the nation of Israel. All right, what happens to be our twin brother. All right, but two different nations. All right, somebody get a 2nd Ezra 6. Which you got to work. Yeah, two nations shall be in that way. It's like Jesus. Jacob is let's turn it 7.
This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the part and center of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said it to me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Goes to show you that this system is going to be taken down, and Esau is going to be in rule. All right, Esau is going to be in rule as the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is coming to pass. All right, as the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the speckled birds whose father's line goes back, as the 1/3 of that nation, all right, calls on the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and is lifted up the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right, this is coming to pass. All right. Anybody else got anything on that?
Oh, I had something concerning the bug when we did it.
Huh?
I had something concerning the bug.
No.
The bug. I had something. It was the looking glass. That they look to see that they know that their end is coming. So, no, that was just a video that I saw. One of GMS videos today showing that.
All right, so this thing is coming to an end. All right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is ordaining this thing to come to an end. All right, and he's gonna make this thing come to an end because, hey, as we want to get out of here, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai wants us back. All right, he wants us to be right and righteous, and he wants to give us the desires of our heart. God.
And we thought that he instilled, he instilled those thoughts in us. And we're being, refined, and made into the image of, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So we're gonna have that same, the elect, we're gonna have the same will and desires that Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has. All right, because we're being made into God.
Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith the Lord Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Verse 9. And I will bring the third part to the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh is my power.
All right. How about Shemi Shai is refining us and trying us as gold is tried. All right. And as silver is refined. All right. Removing the impurities. All right. Being chastised. All right. When we are chastised, when we bear our cross every day. All right. Brothers continue to do videos. All right. And live within their measure. All right. Brothers understand that they have a measure and a portion that they were given and trying to excel, but not exceed. All right. You can never go too hard for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai.
Jeremiah 2:19, thine own wickedness shall correct thee, and thy backsliding shall reprove thee.
So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai has used our own wickedness to correct us in our backslide from going on. All right. Hey, what do they say? Experience is the best teacher. All right. Because how could we respect something how could we respect a kingdom? All right. If it was just handed over to us without any trials. All right. Without fighting for it.
Know therefore, see that it is an evil thing and bitter that thou hast forsaken the Lord thy power, and that my fear is not in thee, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts.
God, it is evil and bitter. All right? That we didn't have the fear of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We didn't have the understanding that we were walking around here like these other fucking heathen nations, or these 2/3 of our own fucking nation. Right. Living after our own lusts. Right. Hey, I did this by myself, as if I'm somebody. Or I can manifest and make something go right in my own fucking life. All right? That's fucking wickedness. You know? Everything that I got is due to the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Everything I don't have is through the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Everything that everybody has is through the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Whether you're of a heathen nation or not. All right? But especially being of Israel. All right? The fact that you got feet, the fact that you got a brain. All right? No matter how feeble your fucking brain is.
Verse 20, for of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands. Thou sayest, I will not transgress when upon every high hill, under every green tree, thou wanderest playing the harlot.
We went on playing the harlot time after time after time after time after fucking time. And Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai got tired. And he said, let experience be your teacher. All right? And get that correction. You're going to get the ass whooping and the curses that are going to fall upon you. Go ahead and get that in Deuteronomy. 26.
No, Israel is like an adulterous generation. Yeah, I got it. This is Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. 27, a blessing if you obey the commandments of the Lord Yahweh your power, which I command you this day. And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord Yahweh your power, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day to go after other gods, which ye have not known.
That was that fine print. All right? That fine print that was already disclosed. All right? The lawyer, all right? Moses, all right? And Yahweh Shai, all right, had disclosed it unto you. They disclosed it unto you. All right, so it's not fine print that was there and wasn't told. like Esau Edom's contracts. All right? You signed on the dotted line with your blood when it was sprinkled upon you. All right?
Jeremiah 2:21. Yeah, I planted thee, a noble vine, holy a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Oh, yeah, how about Shimei Shai planted the right seed, though? All right? But yet, went astray as a nation. Because Yahweh Shimei Shai judges a nation and judges the individual. All right? We partook of that covenant as a nation and individuals. So we are judged as such.
What did Moses do? He went down the other this happened.
God.
You know, we all agree. They say they were so in bad shape and tired of that captivity. You know, because Egypt was had a hard bondage.
Oh, rigor. Served
Right.
with great rigor.
Right. That's why we eat bitters at the Passover. You know, that horseradish bring back. You know, it's supposed to bring back that memory.
Oh.
Because it's seeds. It's not the easiest thing to eat.
Hey, but take it. Hey, Yahweh Shimei Shai said, take it cheerfully as a man. Remember yourself to be men. All right? Because through this hard bondage, you got a reward. All right? If you could stay the course. If you are thou faithful until death, and you stay the course, endure thou as a good soldier. All right? I think there's a little bit more on that. Got to pray.
Matthew 6 and 7 and 16, it says, ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorn or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit.
Corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit, but a good tree bringeth forth good fruit. All right?
Going back to the degenerate, degenerate vine is just brought up, a bunch of more wicked thorns, wicked, wicked weeds, that they need to get cropped out, and they need to get taken out. What does it say that the wicked are estranged from the Lord? What is the one with they are? I think that's. But let me get back. This is Jeremiah 2 and 22. It says, "For though thou wash thee with nitrate, and take thee much soap, yet thine iniquity is marked before me, saith the Lord Yahweh."
Oh, you clean yourself, all right? And you try to cover your sins, your iniquity is marked. All right? I think there's one more scripture.
Verse 23, how canst thou say, I am not polluted? I have not gone after all in. See thy way in the valley, know what thou hast done. Thou art a swift dromedary traversing her ways.
Yeah. Right? Because you have followed after the ways of these other idols. All right? You have followed after the ways of the other idols. You could have stopped. It's lucky. That was my fault. But you have followed after the ways of the other idols. All right? You continue to be degenerate. That unrighteous vine. All right? But Yahweh Shimei Shai has a righteous vine, a portion. All right. So, but yeah, what Yahweh Shai is going to do, he's going to lift up that righteous vine, right? That's why he has the men out on the highways and byways preaching and proclaiming his name. All right. If I got anything else? All right. So with that, hey, we want to give all honor and glory and praise unto
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakawadash.
double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, to all the Akim out there teaching and preaching this truth with 144% sincerity, to the men, women, and children listening, learning, and to the Bible should up down the house of David. Till the next time, we say Shalom, wa above.